The following is a Dark Realms Audio audiobook presentation of the 13th, read by Eric Medler.
Prologue, 25 years ago. The room would have felt closed in and dark, if not for the Christmas lights. They trailed in long, sparkly strands across the shadows, white globes illuminating the horror on the floor like gently oscillating spotlights. They would have been cozy warm, if not for the hell they revealed. Some of those long white globes were speckled in dark spots, and some of those spots were clearly, nauseatingly crimson. Beneath those swaying holiday orbs ran drying rivers of stagnant red. "Oh my God," breathed the officer on duty, just before turning his mouth to the side and retching into the darkness. Maitland was young, only a few months on the force in Castle Point. Up to now, the most disturbing thing he'd probably witnessed was the diaper of a newborn. His horror at the current scene was audible in the quiet room, and the gagging smell of his fear melded with the raw iron stench of blood that soured the room. The captain choked back his own disgust but soldiered on, urging Officer Maitland to follow. "There may be survivors," he said, though his voice did not sound hopeful. "Of this?" the rookie gasped, looking up from the shadow of his weakness. "No matter how bad it looks," the chief said, "there's always someone left." Just then Maitland's toe stopped dead on the rebound from something soft, something spongy. He bent down and, in complete disbelief, reached down to retrieve the object of his toe stop. The captain's eyes bulged out as Officer Maitland lifted the disembodied limb from the red goo of the floor like a soiled party favor. "Do you think so?" the rookie asked, brandishing a stiff arm in his grip. He pointed the gory piece where his shoulder should have been, at the face of his boss. From another vantage point, it might have looked as if he were shaking hands with the corporeal appendage of the heir. The tips of glossy, long red fingernails seemed to grip his wrist. "No, sir," Officer Maitland said, his voice filled with the hysteria of last straw. The captain looked at the severed arm for a moment in the shadows of the hotel basement and shook his head slowly. "Yeah," he said, "me either. Let's get out of here." But just as the two turned to leave, a moan came from behind. "Oh, shit," the captain mumbled, and turned toward the sound. The corridor in the back of the room was pitch black. They hadn't investigated.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?